F the Grammys. Zayn Malik accuses Grammy Awards of being rigged. Now, I chose this one because, as probably viewers know, I'm in Korea, and the huge deal that happened was BTS was finally nominated for a Grammy Award, which is big news here. But I thought it was hilarious then that a few big artists have come out and said that the Grammy Awards are biased and racist, basically. In a tweet, he said, F the Grammys and everyone associated. Unless you shake hands and send gifts, there's no nomination considerations. Next year, I'll send you a basket of confectionery. And then later, he said, my tweet was not personal about eligibility, but was about the need for inclusion and the lack of transparency of the nomination process and the space that creates and allows favoritism, racism, and networking politics to influence the voting process. And then to add to that, The Weeknd, which is huge. Like, this is the guy that sang during the Super Bowl, too. He says the
Mm.
Grammys remain corrupt. And he all goes on, you owe me, my fans, and the industry transparency. So it's so ironic to me because news a couple weeks ago, like BTS is might be getting a Grammy, but then these big artists come out and be like, no, the Grammys are biased and racist, and if you don't, you know, show them love somehow, they don't care. And it's just like, oh man, what a mess. And it just goes, we had a video before about institutions being corrupt and like why do people covet them so much, and this is just another example of just like how stupid this all is. I don't know, what do you think about this?
I have like 10 different thoughts.
To
Um,
try to focus on one here.
yeah, yeah, that's so I I don't know if BTS did any gift giving or anything like that, or if that was like a stab at them or something. I personally can see where um where these artists are coming from. I do think that most of these award organizations have been dominated by white artists for a long time. Um, Not to say that there haven't been non-white artists that have won awards, but I do think that they have a point. But let me say this: I am definitely against giving people awards to fulfill quotas. Um, I think that the person who who deserves the award. Um, if it doesn't matter what race they are, to me, I think the best person deserves the award. Um, and I know that there might be, in a perfect world, if there were equal opportunity for people to get into certain positions and then that happened, I think that would be better. That's my opinion. I'm I'm I think that there's not equal opportunity. You might think differently, but I don't think that, like, dude, BTS has been freaking dominating. So yeah, they should get an award.
Hmm.
That's just my, that's my opinion.
Yeah, but yeah, I understand what you're saying, but then what is the criteria of the nomination process? I think that's what they're also saying. There's no transparency on how they nominate. Because to be, I mean, let's be real. The Grammys are an American award, and BTS, most if not all of their lyrics are in Korean, and so it's
But
like,
are yet huge in the American market.
but is that for the music or is that for the spectacle of it though? Is what I'm saying, because a lot of it
Yeah,
is the
sure.
dance and the spectacle. I mean, some of the music is great and catchy. I'll admit to that, but at the same time, like I understand what these artists are saying. Like if it's about the music, then what is yeah, what's the criteria of nominating if, yeah, if it's just, if it's about the music, if it's not about the spectacle. So, and I mean, this reminds me of like, we've heard things about Harvey Weinstein and how he would, during the Oscar process, would just pump tons of money into his company's, for his company's movies to be nominated and win awards and stuff. Like there are stories of companies doing this in the industry, of just like trying to work backroom deals to get their artist or to get their movie nominated. So I wouldn't I wouldn't put it past, I don't want to say BTS's company, but any other company. I mean, for the recognition of being a Grammy Award winner. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm happy to see this, because then it's like, well, let's get rid of that covetedness of Grammy Award winner if we all realize that it's rigged. Um,
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. If the institution is corrupt, stop supporting that institution.
yeah, and yeah, find it very bizarre that the weekend, um, he was snubbed for the whole Grammys. Like that's weird, because that dude, like even my students here know of him. They've asked me like, "Oh, do you listen to The Weeknd?" Like he is a well-known artist, and to not even recognize him is like, that's bizarre.
Hmm.
But yeah, it just seems so weird. And
So,
BTS will probably win, and everybody here will be happy. But yeah, I don't know.
so I'm totally gonna shoot myself in the foot, but whatever. Um, you were talking about, like it being for the music and things like that, but this is happening everywhere where shitty music, shitty movies are getting great reviews just because of the current culture happening. And I'll give some examples. And maybe this is just my bias. I honestly think that the so I'm into like three rappers right now.
Don't tell me you're
I
into mumble rap.
So let me finish. I am into Eminem. I've always loved Eminem, and he raps about some crazy shit. But the dude is like a lyrical genius. Okay, Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar. Um, he did the Black Panther soundtrack and stuff. Dude, he's super lyrical. Like the the ability to put words together. He's freaking awesome. Okay. Joyner Lucas. I think he's awesome. I wasn't just naming white rappers. Yes, one of them. But that's the thing, is like Eminem is incredible. His ability is incredible. Um, Kendrick Lamar, his ability is incredible. So let's recognize people who are actually, dude, I fucking hate mumble rap. I think it's the worst thing in the world. But I'll look at movies too, and I'll look at the Marvel universe. Okay, uh, putting aside the Black Panther, we needed to do a movie for the culture. Dude, Black Panther was a legitimate good movie, I, and it had good actors. And Chadwick Boseman just freaking nailed that role. He was awesome. Okay. Captain Marvel with Brie Larson was the biggest shit the bed Marvel movie, in my opinion. I mean, I'm talking worse than Thor's. Okay. And a lot
It
of
just
people,
wasn't good.
yeah, it just wasn't good. There wasn't quality. And so, but yet some people will say, oh, but it starred a female lead role. Uh, I can name a bunch of other movies with female lead roles that were freaking awesome. Wonder Woman, I thought was 10 times better than than Captain Marvel. And so,
I'll up one. I'll give you a whole, not a whole franchise because of the prequel sequels, but like the original Alien series. Like, come on, that's a whole series that Sigourney Weaver like
Sigourney Weaver
held up on her
freaking
back.
rocked it. Yeah,
And nobody ever says like, "Oh, because she's a woman." Like she was just awesome. And so
she
everybody,
was she was good.
yeah, that's the
Yeah,
thing. The quality of those, well, maybe not the third one, but the quality of the movies were great. And so you didn't even think about that she was a woman or that a
yeah,
man could have done or whatever. Like none of that shit. It was just like that was an awesome, both especially 1 and 2 were awesome movies.
yeah, incredible. Yeah,
Do
so
you remember? I mean, do you remember that moment when she's in that like mechanic thing and she's like, "Get away from her, you bitch!" Like that was just so cool.
it was so awesome. It was so incredible.
Yeah,
Such a great movie.
yeah. But
Um,
they don't make those anymore. Like, yeah, maybe they tried to make Brie Larson badass, but it was just like it was so unearned. It was kind of a
it was
turnoff.
totally unearned. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
yeah,
I guess like now screenwriters and writers and such have to sort of go back and see like what made movies good cuz the way that not just movies but anything, it's like there's a reason those stand out and those are classics because what worked will work for forever. But they're trying to
yeah,
change the formulas and it's just not working.
yeah, yeah. So I totally agree. If the institution doesn't doesn't isn't fair, then stop supporting that institution and stop idolizing people that are given awards from that institution.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And so I'm curious to see when the Grammys come, what's going to happen. I didn't even know the did the global what Golden Globes happen? No Emmys. What just recently happened? Like I didn't even know it happened. Um, with Tina Fey, was it Tina Fey? See, I don't even know. Like people don't care about this stuff anymore. Like it's such it's such a non thing that it's like who cares?
Yeah,